And that's a good question to pose. I think I'm gonna pose that to everybody. Roundtable. That's a good question. As I've gotten older too, I've really and I love the way that Marvel has taken back X-Men's story and made Professor X younger. Check him out in the 70s, how he was, and in the 80s. I love that because it's like he's, we look at him like when we were growing up. Professor X was the bald guy in the wheelchair.
Yeah, couldn't walk. What was this dude, man? He don't touch his head. People want to mind, like, man, make the bones come out of your hand and do something else. The water and the fire, like, give me something more. But I think as an adult, like, I see it differently now. Like seeing, like, just like Omar said, I wasn't thinking like that when I was, that comes out the leader aspect in Omar. Like, he wants to, get people's mind.
Yeah.
Like Tupac, like getting people together, but. Yeah. I think I said I've always been a fan of Batman. Because I feel as though Batman was just a guy that was taking on crime. He didn't have any powers when you think about it.
No, he didn't have. He didn't have any powers.
Yeah. He was just a man taking on crime, and I thought like, that's crazy. I like that. But you look at like Wolverine, he got the adamantium, then you got like Spider-Man, he got the webs and the all that stuff. But Batman, he can get hurt, break a rib, he got to go home.
Tough it out.
You got to tough it out. Like
rub some dirt on it, Bruce. Rub some dirt on it.
And I think being a young guy, man, because I had the old Batman picture like from like the 70s. I don't know where my pops got it from, but I had that from when I was about 7 years old till I was about 25, and it got destroyed. Yeah. And I'm kind of upset because I wanted to give that to my son.
Right.
So I got to find something similar to that.
What you mean?
To kind of bring remember the Batman picture I had?
It
got destroyed, man. And like I got to find something,
that's
like,
old
from my childhood, that I can give to my son now. Like, look, this is where I come from. So like when he gets old enough, like he's going to see all the Marvel movies, all that stuff. You call me bad parent all you want, but he's going to see the Dark Knight.
No, absolutely.
He's going to see all
give him that. Yeah,
he's going to see all that. Like I don't care what you say.
Hold on, before
I take back over.
Right. Before we go into the Gerald segment again, this is so great. So working with kids, I work with kids all the time, and as soon as I get my counseling thing going on official, and I got my office. Like, I am absolutely going to make comic books a thread in my interventions and strategies.
Yes.
I mean, it's so great. Like, I use comic books all the time. I give comic books to kids. Like, hey, man, one kid, he's like dealing with like depression, and he loves like the darker stuff. Is more what he gets attached to. Yeah. Give him a Joker.
Yeah,
here's a Joker comic. You know what I mean? And Batman Joker is the same. Like that's on the more darker side.
Yeah,
and kids can relate to that. It's so valuable to children now. I mean, it just rocks their world.
Well, one of the other things is like beyond the psychology and all the crazy stuff I get into is just reading.
Yeah,
simple. Exactly.
Simple reading.
They're sitting
reading.
They're here and now. You're with yourself.
Yes.
And it's silence in the room. Mm-hmm. You're just reading.
And that's important.
And your mind is working.
Yes. Yeah. That's important that they exercise those muscles.
But kids don't read anymore.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It's a short condensed version to just stretch your imagination.
It's literally 22 pages.
You can take this and be like, hey, sit down, read this. You think that's going to happen?
Well, it has to be a dialogue that goes with that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but back in the day, we didn't need that.
Oh no, we was already give me it.
My uncle would have been like, "Hey, check this,"
and that's all you needed. Yeah.
Cool, thanks, Uncle.
Yes, yeah.
Reading like, oh, crazy, oh man, but we didn't have all the movies and everything. Like we had this.
But to me, Gerald, I'm gonna pause you real quick. Okay, and I'm done after this.
No,
I'm gonna give you the fresh 15 minutes. Right now, for everybody, I'm holding an X-Men comic book. There is nothing that replaces this damn comic book.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you could have a tablet, you could be streaming something.
I'm a paper guy.
You could be on YouTube.
I'm definitely a paper guy.
Nothing compares to this comic book.
That whole tactile thing.
It's like vinyl. It's like vinyl, like for music heads. Vinyl will never be replaced. I don't care what you stream, MP3. This is like there's nothing that can compass it. And once somebody takes the time to see it and read it and experience it, they'll understand whether they're 9 or 90. You know what I mean? So that's my take on that.
One of the important things, I think, the movie. I mean, a lot of important things, and again, it's all psychology 101. Well, when the films are out, there's a renewed interest. There's always a little. If you just look at the numbers, there's always a little bit of a bump in sales in comics. A lot of it's the speculators that are going to sell them later and never take them out of the plastic. But if it's just a handful of kids that say, "I want more of this guy. How can I get it?" Oh, go to a comic book store. You know, expensive habit. I can't do it as much as I like to, but that's also valuable. And again, like one of the other to again go really crazy on you for a second. The rise of comic book films has everything to do with money, has everything to do with marketability, but from the cultural standpoint, is we need heroes. And people don't really.
How about that?
You can't really articulate, or people don't really articulate that stuff is so bad and so messed up, and we have no trust in our government, and we have no belief in our police force, and a lot of times we're worried about the guy who's just next to us on the train.
Right.
We need, and it's why, and I'm not going to go on a rant. Brandon's heard this a bunch of times. When I talk about Superman, oh, he's corny. We can curse, right? He's a pussy. He's everything that's bad, and I can never wrap my head around. Wait a minute. So this guy, he never cheats. He never lies. He never steals. He's always going to be there for you, and he loves everybody. How in the world is that bad? How does that make him a pussy? How does that make him corny? It is so important for us to have notions of good. It is invaluable to have clear notions of right and just and again, the Jesus character, Superman, is the allegorical update of the Jesus characters. It's important that we have aspirational characters that are out there to be. I want to be like this. I know,
man, and Hollywood, man, like at 30, right? Captain America comes out, and I'm like, damn,
like perfect example.
And I'm like, dude, I really can identify with the Captain America, character. Whereas I was younger, I'd be like, Captain America, you're gay, like you're corny, and no shade to the LGBT community. You know what I mean? I got to purpose my
But that's
statement.
what people say. People use that word. So
but like it's like But now I'm like, yo, I fucks with Captain America. I like that he doesn't want nothing else but good.
Yeah,
there's no ulterior motive from him. Right. Yeah, ain't no money. I love Captain America, and I'm on him on that.
And let me and another thing about Cap that a lot of people don't realize with these movies coming out is Cap was dead. Cap was in the same boat as Superman. They were canceling his books, and I'm not going to go too deep into that. But they made this thing called the Ultimate Universe, where these were the same characters but with different stories. So characters are basically reset, not bogged down with 30, 40 years of history that you had to adhere to. They just, Millar just went nuts with it and made some great stuff. But they put a gun in Captain America's hand again and reminded people that he was a soldier.
Yeah.
Then he got cool. And that's no whatever brings you to in my mind, whatever brings you to, you know what, that guy's a good guy. That guy does everything for the greater good. That guy's self-sacrificing. I want to be like that guy. And those are important lessons.
Yeah.
So roundtable, man. Armand, you already kind of started it off. If you could be any superhero, who would you be and why? So Armand, you gave us Professor X, correct? Yo.
I was Professor X. I'm controlling the minds, man. I'm playing mind games out here. You got a crooked politician I'm on him. I'm gonna have him say some he's gonna be reckless up there. Like, yeah, I'm taking all this money. I'm doing all like I don't care. They're gonna be like, what? And he's gonna come out of that. He's like, I don't believe I said that. Yeah.
That's cold-blooded, brother.
Cool.
Donald Trump is the worst version of Lex Luthor.
Yo, he definitely is
He's
the
worst.
Lex Luthor.
The worst version of Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
All right, who next, man? Who has a choice?
You know what? I would say for me,
you said Batman.
I would say Batman because he had that tragedy of losing his parents, and then he turned that anger into like.
Prince. That's the key word for the day. Like when in doubt, just say Prince. It makes sense.
He turned that energy into like helping, like the unfortunate, and he stayed true to it, and he didn't really have that, that mutation powers and all that stuff. He just had the money that his pops left him, and he created suits and weapons to take him back.
I'm gonna.
You last.
I need to get in his point.
All right.
And because we can also talk about the movie if we got time. I believe that Batman's the version of Batman I think everybody knows. He's working out his psychological stuff.
Yeah.
Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. He's trying to find a way to rid himself of the pain that he feels, and he's a character who's clearly brought out of pathos. I was going somewhere another place with that, but the Batman in the film is, or the most recent film is a much. Do we give him spoilers?
Yes.
It's been 3 weeks.
Yes.
This is
your fault you didn't see it.
This is a much angrier version of the character, and this guy's born out of revenge. And you haven't seen the movie yet.
I haven't seen the movie.
Okay.
Ben Affleck did a good job, yo.
He did an excellent job.
I salute Ben.
He did an excellent job. He played
it wasn't
both.
his fault about the movie being bad. He did a good job.
He played both roles very well.
He did a good job.
How much time do we have? You want to go into the movie real quick?
Yeah, we can do that.
Okay.
We want to end off on our characters though.
Sinestro, which nobody really knows. Like people know of him; they've seen him in other stuff. And he's more of a anti-hero as he's presented now.
All right, so
you brought him.
Who? Sinestro.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Everybody's looking at their phones.
Yeah,
everybody's looking at their phones.
That's what you would be.
Because I relate to the character, and he's not a good guy. He believes in something very intensely, and he'll do whatever it takes to get that. But he does believe in something in many ways, like the Magneto character. Magneto's presented he's presented as a terrorist most recently, but that is born out of, wait a minute, I was raised in Auschwitz. Anybody who is like me, I'm going to protect. Right. I'm going to look out for, because nobody was looking out for me when Hitler and his guys came through.
Okay.
So
all right, man. So I'm gonna go.
That's knowledge, man.
You made our brains work with that one. We gotta look that up. But for me, so it's crazy. My pick just changed like real quick, just like that. Like
that's what I do, baby.
Yeah.
You talk about getting into people's minds. That's what.
Yeah. I was gonna say Wolverine. You know what I mean? Because I always admired Wolverine's uncanny ability to kind of straddle the fence between Darkseid and Hero. But I can't do Wolverine, man. I gotta go Magneto. As I get in this latter stage of my life, I get what Magneto was up to. Like, I understand it now. You know what I mean? And it's like, for the kid that was reading these comic books and they understood Magneto's thing, you know what I mean? Like, damn, kudos to your brain. You know what I mean? Because
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, Magneto is really he's really a leader. I mean, he's the ultimate